Oh yeah.
I'm just going to take a wild guess here and assume that some of you have either tried drugs or have a friend or two that uses drugs. Fine with me. I think everyone should have the right to make their own decisions when it comes to drugs. But where it starts to get a little bit tricky is when your friend's behavior starts to worry you a little bit. If you've decided that it's time to sit your friend down and have a serious conversation about their own habits, here are some guidelines that I've come up with to help you make sure that the drug talk goes smoothly. First of all, figure out why you're even having this conversation. Do you have a problem with their drug use? Is it because you feel like she would be the perfect friend if only she didn't smoke weed? If these statements reflect how you're feeling, then stop right there. I think it's unfair to use your own life experiences, your values, and your beliefs to set the standard for how someone should or should not live their lives. And really, your problem with your friend's drug use is just that. It's your problem, not theirs. But there are some scenarios where it would be more than okay to have this conversation. Has your friend told you that they're worried about their own drug use? Have you noticed unhealthy behaviors like slipping grades or lack of interest in activities? Has it started to affect their mood, their friendships, and their relationships? If so, then these are all legitimate reasons to voice concern for your friend. So if that makes sense to you, you can go on to step 2. I don't know if you've ever felt this way, but drug users get a lot of shit just because they use drugs. So if you're having the drug talk with your friends, don't judge them. If you're gonna be judgmental or biased, then they're just not gonna talk to you about it. Even if on the inside you're like judging them hardcore, don't show it on your face and don't bring it up in the conversation. Instead, try being supportive. It'll make your friend feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And a good way to bring up your friend's problem behaviors without judging them or accusing them is to use I statements. Instead of, "You've been a really bad friend since you started drinking. You were like way too out of control last night. This has to stop." Try, "I feel like we don't hang out as much as we used to since you started going out all the time. It kind of worried me when you passed out last night. Can we talk about this?" Rather than accusing your friends of doing all these bad things, try telling him or her how those things made you feel. So if you voiced your concerns in a non-judgmental, non-accusatory way, hopefully you and your friend are on the same page. And if so, you need to ask for permission to give suggestions or advice. Whether or not your friend has come to realize that their behaviors may be problematic, they might not want to hear how you would handle the situation. Your role as a friend is to be supportive and guide your friend to make healthier decisions, not tell them how they should make their decisions. Saying things like, "Do you want my opinion on this? Would you be interested in coming up with a plan together to fix this?" If your friend agrees to talk over a plan of changing their behavior with you, set realistic goals. If your friend smokes pot every day, setting a goal for maybe only smoking 4 out of the 7 days of the week is a lot more realistic than telling them to quit forever. Plan a reward if your friend achieves that goal, and let your friend know that you'll be there. Finally, after you've had this talk, it's really important to be patient and stay their friend. It's definitely frustrating as someone who cares to see their friend revert back to unhealthy behaviors or do the exact same thing that they promised that they wouldn't do. But changing a behavior for good takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of willpower, a lot of effort, and a lot of support. It's like going on a diet. You can work out really hard and eat healthy and train for a really long time, and then one day give in and eat that piece of cake. But it doesn't mean that you don't care about your diet. It just means that nobody's perfect, and changing takes multiple tries. Well, as always, thank you guys for listening, and remember to stay sensible.